A very warm welcome to IDFC First Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 11. I'm Ritwika Gupta. Tonight we have an exclusive conversation lined up with actor and entrepreneur Akshay Kumar, who's recently launched his new brand Force 9. And in the second segment, I'll be in conversation with the co-founder of Force 9, Maniish Mandhana. Listen in. Thank you, Akshay, for joining us today.
Thank you for coming.
So let's start with your brand, your new brand, Force 9. Tell me, what was the initial idea behind it? What was the motivation? And what really convinced you that this is one product that you want to invest in?
See, actually, I wanted to start a brand of clothing brand, करीबन 7 साल पहले. और मैंने कपड़े बनाए भी थे. I wanted to start it. But I was not happy with the kind of product which came out. And so I stopped everything. I put everything back to the factory and I just stopped everything.
Okay.
Then I met at the moment, who's my partner, Maniish, and I liked his idea. And I explained him what kind of things I want. My father was in army and I wanted to make clothes which are me, which are part of me.
Okay.
And so I got this whole thing, the name also Force, and the number 9 because it's a number of warrior. So got together both the things, and I gave this name, and he was very happy. And then he started showing me things. Then there's a guy called Karan who's the designer, and there are many other youngsters who are there. So they started designing the whole thing, and they started showing it to me, and I quite liked it, and that's how this was born. And I was ready to invest my time, my money and everything to get into this and start for people. See, this is all these clothes what you see is exactly what I am made of. Athleisure, the word was also not there when about from my childhood I've been wearing these kind of clothes where it comes to track pants and just a very open t-shirt or a shirt, or my track pant would be up half the side. And so this is, I'm today the most happiest person because this was my desire to open a store. And what better than a place called Linking Road, जहाँ लोग shopping करने आते हैं,
Of course.
जो मुंबई में आते हैं. So first I wanted to open a store here, so that's it.
So tell me, who is the target audience for this?
It's everyone, everybody. It's ageless, limitless. It's everyone. And today you'll be watching the fashion presentation also. So it's everybody is going to see that this person, he represents me. So it's everybody.
And currently, where is this available? Like, where all people can purchase, from what platforms?
So at the moment it's available in Myntra and obviously the store. But within the whole idea is within the span of this year, I want to open about 1 dozen stores all over India. So my next store is going to be in Surat, then Bangalore, Delhi, then 2 more in Mumbai. So like this, karte.
Okay. So the tagline for this brand says, engineered with emotion, fashion for all.
Yeah.
So how important was it for you to
Bhavnaon se
actually...
nirmit.
Yes. So how important was it for you to actually, appeal to a wide audience and at affordable pricing? What was the strategy?
See, the pricing is from 999 to when the jackets, winter jackets and all will come, because that cost a lot, below 10,000. So the kind of things, the emotions which has been put behind it, the kind of material what we are using and the kind of fabrics we are doing, that's what we have thought about it. And as things will go, we will bring it more narrow.
All right. Okay. Akshay, you are one of the fittest actors in the industry.
Thank you.
Tell me, what does fitness personally mean to you?
मेरे हिसाब से इंसान को ना हर वक्त हर दिन 1 घंटा 1.25 घंटा जिम में गुजारना चाहिए. It is the place where you come to know what you're made of. It's an important place. People don't concentrate much on it. It is where you rebuild yourself. It's like a garage where you go and just train yourself and you become better. So I think that is what fitness means to me. You have to keep yourself fit, not one day, once a week or twice a week, thrice a week. You have to do it daily.
Okay.
Except Sunday, you can take a day off. So I would say fitness is the most important thing for everyone, and especially where everything is nowadays, because of the COVID thing, everybody wants to sit home and do things. I think, no, it is a time when you just go ahead, go outside, explore, run. And it's nahi yaar, zamana digital ka nahi hai. It's now you have to, I think we should come out of it and move ahead. And we should be doing a lot of fitness workout, which is important. Yeah.
So on that note, tell me, how does fitness play a part in fashion, especially in athleisure fashion?
Athleisure and gymming is two things which combines, because once you hit the gym, you have to have the confidence, you have to have a dash of style in you. Once you get that, so automatically the confidence comes in and you work out much better. You have confidence in yourself. Things can be hidden while you're working out. So it's a great combination to have together.
And are you expanding into other categories as well, like accessories?
Well, I'll go very slowly. I'm not in a hurry. I'll go slowly because everything has to be engineered with emotion. Everything has to go through me, what it is, and everything I need to see. Even if I think of making a sunglasses or anything, I just want to see myself. Till I'm not happy, I will not allow anything to go ahead.
And if you were to give one piece of advice, because our show is also about entrepreneurship, a lot of young minds, business minds watch our show. If you were to give one piece of advice to all of them in terms of starting a business in this, athleisure market.
It's not about athleisure business or any kind of business, whatever you try and do. You should do it from your heart. And even whether it's producing a film also, or starting an athleisure clothing line also, anything you have to do, even making a building also, you have to do it with your emotions involved in it, your heart involved in it. So I would just say, do whatever business you want to do it, but do it from your heart.
Finally, tell me, what's the road ahead for Force 9? What else can we expect this year?
This year, as I told you, just about maybe a dozen of stores to open up and new kind of trends. And we have this very young people designing the whole clothes. And also, we're going to be having some new designers. We're going to give them also chances to come out with kind of to design for Force 9. So the whole thing is going to happen, which is going to happen in every store. So they are going to there'll going to be a counter only for young designers.
Wonderful. Well, all the very best. Thank you. It was lovely chatting.
Thank you.
It's time for a quick break here. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Some of the big ideas or the trends, and the opportunities that you see in the athleisure industry. What can you tell us?
People want to wear things that they're comfortable in, clothes that are functional. So I think it's a huge industry. It counts to almost $40 billion in India itself. Especially our country's growth is driven mainly by the youth. They're all very conscious about their fitness.
Welcome back. You're watching IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 11. And right now, I'm in conversation with the co-founder of Force 9, Maniish Mandhana. Thank you, Maniish, for joining us today on Leaders of Tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
So let's start with some of the big ideas or the trends, and the opportunities that you see in the athleisure industry. What can you tell us?
Athleisure is a word which has been a buzzword for quite some time, especially amongst the youth. People want to dress up more comfortable. They want to have functionality in their clothes. There's an extended version or word for athleisure is also travel-leisure.
Sure.
So people want to wear things that they're comfortable in, clothes that are functional. So I think it's a huge industry. It accounts to almost $40 billion in India itself. Especially our country's growth is driven mainly by the youth. They're all very conscious about their fitness, about how they look.
Yeah.
So I think right now it's a very trending category, which is really taking a big share in every brands who pursue it. They're taking a big chunk of their share.
So tell me, how did your experience in your previous ventures? You've been in the textile business, and also you've also been instrumental in launching Being Human. How did all of that come into shaping your approach for Force 9 this time?
I think the biggest teacher is always experience. I've been engaged into the business of textiles and apparel for the past 3 decades almost. So I've had the privilege of working with the biggest of high street brands across the globe. I think I learned a lot while working with them, how the brands are being built, the consumer demands. Also, having done a brand in the past in the country, which was one of the big celebrity-led brands, I think it gave me a lot of insight into what people like. And of course, retail is a very fast evolving business. When we all went through a pandemic, the online business really grew. The D2C brands really grew because people couldn't go out there and shop physically. But now I think the trend is back. Clothing is something which you want to touch, feel, try before you make a decision. So while the online business will still remain stronger amongst the youth, but I think especially in fashion, going and physically trying out stuff and looking at it before you make a decision of purchasing it, still remains very, very important. And so I think, in my opinion, going forward, the clothing business, even though it's competitive, there are lots of foreign brands and foreign companies coming into India and setting shops, but there's still a lot of space. If you can make a great product with a great fit and a great quality, it still works.
Sure. So on that note, I actually want to ask you, how are you setting yourself apart from other brands, in the same space?
Well, the most important aspect and the 3 big USPs for our brand is, one is the product itself, which is very, very important for any consumer to like it and start buying it. Secondly, of course, there's a great cause attached. With this brand, we are bringing about love for the country with this brand, because whatever we sell in Force 9, every product that we sell, we'll be giving 9 rupees to the Bharat Ke Veer, who we've tied up with. This is a fund created for the martyrs who fought for our country. And apart from that, I think the Gen Z today requires a purpose, a cause. So whether it is sustainability, whether it is a great cause involved which they can support. So that also makes it a very, very interesting proposition. So when you step into this store, you feel the ethos of India with the blue color that we have. And also in every product that you buy, there are these 3 stripes in the colors of Army, Navy and Air Force. So when you're buying a Force 9 product, you're wearing a national pride. That's the feeling that we want to, evoke.
Right. Maniish, tell us what, according to you, are some of the key challenges that are existing in today's retail market, especially in India?
Well, there are a number of challenges. Obviously, the physical retail stores, the rentals are very, very high. And any environment you want to be in, there's a lot of cost involved. So you've got to be very mindful about the product mix and the average selling prices that you have. Apart from that, there's a huge influence of D2C brands, which have started. They kind of take a little share of your business always, because there are some great talented designers that are in India who are creating some really good products. So you're fighting a lot of competition even with foreign brands. There are value retailers who sell in volumes and who sell at a very, very reasonable prices. Clothing has also become almost like a commodity today.
Yeah.
People buy clothes and they change it very often. So you've got to keep a track with what's going on with the fashion as well. You've got to be very aware of your inventories that you have. So there are a lot of aspects and factors that you need to be careful about, entering any business or for that matter, the clothing business, which is, there are lots of players in it.
So tell me, what role does technology play in your business and also for the industry at large today?
I think today technology plays a very, very important role. I think any brand or company who don't embrace technology will become obsolete. So we've ensured that we are on top of the game with that part. If you walk into our stores, you'll see a lot of digital screens, communicating with the customers, showcasing them our looks, our products, any vital information that is required. We have even an augmented reality wall that we have made in our store where youth or people can engage and interact. Also, I think technology gives you a lot of data of your customers, of the age groups, of the TG, and that information helps you propel the growth of your business.
And speaking of sustainability as well, I understand a lot of businesses, are taking to really environmentally friendly practices. So what can you tell us about that in terms of your manufacturing process for Force 9?
Yes, I've always been very conscious about looking after the environmental part whenever you do any business. I think it's become a very vital and an important aspect of doing any business today. For example, our paper that we used is all recyclable. The plastic bags that we use are all biodegradable. The manufacturing process that we follow, we have audits with the factories where we work with. We look at their safe working environment. We look at what kind of facilities that factory provides to its workers, whether there's any child labor involved, whether there are committees which look after the health of the organization that produces. So I think all these aspects have become very, very crucial. So there's a lot of audit that goes in before we choose a partner to manufacture for us.
Sure.
And if you go through that litmus test and pass it, you're on board with Force 9.
Perfect. Well, on that note, tell me, what is on the horizon? What's next for you?
Obviously, we need to grow this brand. These are just the early beginnings. But very soon we'll be launching our brand in the large format stores. We have Shoppers Stop already, committed us all their stores for this brand to house them, which is one of the premier retailers of the country. We have Myntra, who's the largest online largest online player in the country.
Yeah.
In fashion, already on board. So apart from that, there are lots of significant players in the online space and in the large format space where we want to be. We want to ensure that we have as many selling points of Force 9 as possible, and we'll go slowly and steadily, but we want to have a long-term perspective to whatever we do. Obviously, there'll be a lot of category extensions. Right now, we are more strong with menswear, but eventually we will get into women's wear, kids wear, and total athletic wear as well, which are more functional and more scientific products. Then we have a lot of potential to grow into lifestyle categories such as sunglasses or fragrances or accessories and luggage and footwear. So there's a long journey ahead of us which we wish to cover slowly and steadily.
Wonderful. Well, all the very best. It was lovely chatting with you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
With that, it's a wrap on this episode of IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 11. We hope you enjoyed the conversations. Thank you and goodbye.